I'm Charlotte Watts. Welcome to one of a few clips from my yoga sessions within my monthly online membership Calm Club, which is a wealth of nutrition, mindfulness, yoga, movement, resources and self-inquiry, monthly themes through workshops. So I hope you enjoy these practices, a real chance to slow down, to feel yoga as meditation, as a route to embodied awareness, to really feeling what we need, deep listening and responding from the needs of our body rather than constant expectations from the mind. So I hope you enjoy.
So we're going to start off on all fours as a place to come to just feel our shoulders and hips suspended, able to move in all directions while we feel nicely grounded through the hands and the feet. And you can see I'm just having a little explore here of what the day might have kind of left in my body, and moving in any way that just simply feels right to arrive here. And if that doesn't feel right underneath your palms, you can even put a couple of blocks on so you're raising your palms and the fingers dropping over the edges just to free space in the carpal tunnel. So we're just going to start to draw that into the centre line. So a penduluming effect where the exhalation draws down the back towards a child pose and the inhalation rises up through the belly to draw us back up again. And just letting that flow. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhaling down the back of the body to the tailbone. So you feel that exhale flood space in the lower back. Rising up with the inhale, so that energizing drawing up easily lifts through the belly, little weight on the hands. A few more of those, really feeling that setting, that coming into our body with the synchronization of breath and movement. Lovely. And we're going to move from side to side here with the tailbone, so that as you move, like you're kind of wagging your tail sideways, your head moves in the same direction as your tailbone. So we're moving through a sideways plane here, just to open space in the side body. So you can feel that as your head turns to the left, your right ribs, right side of the spine, getting some opening, and then just feeling that out. Lovely. And we're going to sink back down into a child pose from here. We have a little more active one, so we're going to tuck the toes under, press the hands back and just have a little roll from side to side. Letting the ears drop between the forearms, letting the sides and back of the neck be long. So it's a tiny inversion here. Lovely. Now we're going to start to move forward and back a little again. Toes tucked under here so it feels a little more active. And then sinking back into child pose. This time, big toes together, knees a little wider, dropping back so that we can just relieve the wrists and start to move into the hands and the wrists. And drawing up through the belly, just come to sit into Vajrasana, this pose where we sit up onto the heels. And if you need to here, just lifting up onto your shins. But if you're happy to sit down on the heels, sitting here and just interlinking your fingers together, pressing the heels of the hands together. And we're just going to start to make figure of eights so that we're loosening any tension that we tending to fill in the wrists. So these tensions that we feel out into the periphery, the things that we can really take with us that interfere with our ability to fully relax into sleep. So soft elbows here, and really pressing a little into palms of the hands to feel movement fully lubricating into the wrists. Now take that figure of eights in the opposite direction. Might need to focus a little more on this one. It's not the direction you picked first. Lovely. Now opening, spreading the hands, opening the fingers. You can just squeeze them and then flick them a little. And if you do that, just move the jaw around. So if there's any tension, again, here in the jaw, just open the mouth, stick the tongue out. You can release anything we're tending to hold on to. That prepares the hands quite nicely to come into down face dog. So have a little pad out here. We're going to tuck the toes under so that we're preparing our roots in the pose. Having a little movement from side to side with the hips again, so you're feeling that different weight distribution as you really feel rooted in the base of the index finger. And then we're going to come in by bending the knees deeply, as if you want to get the lower back in towards the thighs, belly onto the thighs. And we're going to just lift up from here, come forward, and make these forward and back circles with the pelvis. So that as we bring the legs to straight, heels right up, and then the shoulders come over the wrists. And just a few more of those. So we're kind of churning out stuff through the spine. Come to rest for a few breaths into down face dog. You can just move the heels a little from side to side. So again, we're just getting some length into the side body. Lifting the fingertips, palms down. So just feeling that purchase with the ground. Lovely. Drop the knees down to the ground.